We live?
No, but I can't believe you put that in the corner.
We live?
No, you told me I would tell you when we're live.
Are we live?
Now
I think we're live.
Now we're live.
Oh, we are? Hello! Pez is gone and I have to do the audio. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we are here to do it for you. Remember, this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show. I am back, Wabba Plays, alongside one of the two hosts of the Adult Swim episodes, Court.
Adult Swim episodes.
That's right.
I don't understand. Oh, that's like that cartoon. I don't watch.
No,
that.
I'm gone. It's Adult Swim.
All right. Well, sure. Pez was on radio silence until a certain someone, which we will talk about. You know what? I won't even get into that because we'll just give a heads up to everybody. Next week's episode is probably going to be very hockey related. Something has happened in our hockey lives that we want to share all together. We didn't think it was right. Pez was definitely, hey, go on without me. But I know we all have memories and we will go on it and we will all be wearing our jerseys next week.
It's going to be sad. I might not wear mine. It's too hot. It's going to be sad. Okay, fine.
Air conditioning, dude.
I do want to know my air conditioning. I can unplug it and show you. This is my...
Are
it's
you
a fan.
kidding me? Well, but like...
So I'm setting up a GoFundMe for an air conditioner.
No, why do you need to set up a
basement.
GoFundMe for your air conditioner? Just go buy one, dude.
No, that's not how it works. So if anybody wants to cool my basement, or I can just hire someone with a fan, like in the.
Can I ask? How does Queen put up with this?
She doesn't.
Okay.
That's why I'm in the basement.
Like a little
I've been relegated to the lowest floor in our home.
Like a troll.
That's how it goes. So we have some topics to talk about. I told Court that I want to talk about something that's not video game related,
which is cool.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
actually
do
really, I think this is awesome.
So we're gonna talk about aliens, and I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about like the real life space boys. So let's get a little
boys? Like we don't know what they are. We don't know their gender.
Space peeps.
We don't even know if they're people.
Space homies.
Okay.
Star boys. So today there was a congressional hearing in the U.S. where a retired Air Force major was brought before what's called a House Oversight Committee to talk about like unidentified aerial phenomena, which is basically what the government calls a UFO. And they start talking about like things that have like been seen, been found. And so this person is they call him a whistleblower, someone who's basically like he's not leaking information. He's under oath and has to like testify. And he was asked, I don't know her first name, her last name is Karush.
Mr. Graves, you mean? I'm watching it right now.
Are you doing spoilers? So she's basically asked about if we've had any UAP crashes, and he said, I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program to which I was denied access. And they asked if it was anything was recovered at the crash, like the pilot, and they said that yes, it was, they did deploy a crew to recover the pilot. And she asked if the person was human, and they said that basically I'm trying to find the quote. The article I have doesn't have that, but basically they said that we have the remains, and that people I know who are part of that task force found remains of a pilot that was not human. This is all said under oath. This is all said in like a hearing. And this person, Grush, sorry if I'm not mispronouncing her name.
Just him. It's a him.
No, the person.
David, the senator's asking. The guy talking is Ryan
Graves.
Oh,
Grush is that's right.
Ryan Graves is the former U.S. Navy pilot who was the one who talks about everything.
Anyway,
if you want me to read the article, I could tell everybody.
The article I have is not great. All right, fine. Read the things.
Miss Mace.
I'm very excited to talk about it.
Reading the question. So,
she got them to talk about aliens. No one's been able to do that.
Hey, listen. She didn't talk to anybody. Former U.S. intelligence officer David Grush claims under oath that aliens exist from the U.S. government in a possession of UFO and non-human bodies.
We in this. We got them space things. So the crazy part is they finally got them to admit that there's something. Now, in my opinion, I believe that we're not it. That there's other things out there,
Well,
but the fact that they've admitted to it,
that's a safe thing to
is
say.
very interesting.
If we think we're the only people on this earth, I don't know, man. That's some crazy like Earth is flat type stuff to me.
Well, it's a little flat.
100% to me, we are not the only ones in this Earth. I don't know how you can think we are. Like it's so astonishing to me how huge the galaxy is in this world, and we think we're the only ones.
But the fact that we have something, or
Is
when
my
I say
audio
we, the
behind?
US.
Yeah, my
No,
audio's
you're.
behind. It's driving me nuts.
Oh,
When I talk,
wait,
look, watch my moves. See,
no,
talk.
it looks fine in OBS. I can't. But
Okay.
anyway, it's very exciting that like it's actually been admitted to. Now again, people are trying to discredit this person, being like, oh well, he's a whistleblower, like he's just doing it for like basically clout, like whatever. But
Yeah, I don't
like
think
Tom
he is.
DeLonge was right. They're real. We have them. And I remember like people were like, oh, we're gonna storm Alien 51. We're gonna run like Naruto. And
Area
we're gonna
51,
find them
not
aliens.
Alien 51.
Oh, Area 51. They're like, we're gonna find the aliens, and people are like, don't do that. They're gonna shoot you.
And this
Well,
isn't
they
the
didn't do
first
that.
time. In 2015, it says in 2015, U.S. Navy fighter jets caught an erratic movement and unidentified flying object on their forward-looking infrared cameras. It's all on camera. It appeared to rotate in midair, moving against the wind. But flying at 80,000 feet, 24 kilometers, is no easy feat. Then the thin air makes it very hard for aircraft to stay afloat unless they are traveling very fast. One plane did operate at this dizzying height, but was locked in an SR Blackbird spy plane. Objects captured in the fly camera footage look nothing like an SR-71. Also, the SR-71 fleet had been grounded in 1999 when the last mission was NASA's flown. Aircrafts performing missions at such heights also wouldn't normally descend almost to sea level unless they were about to land.
So there you have it. They've been here. They've hung out.
Maybe
And,
Waba's an alien. That would
I got
make way more sense.
and that would make me much more popular than I already am,
Robbie Miller.
which is kind of tough.
Hop into the Discord, Robbie Miller. Just come on the show and just talk with us. Who cares?
But yeah, we got the aliens. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think that's cool news, and I think the fact that they got someone to admit it is very interesting because I feel like it's always under wraps or whatever. Because straight up, it would send people into panic, and the fact that it's like not. I mean, it's all over like Twitter or X or whatever, but the fact that I feel like it's not being
it's called
talked
X
about
now.
as much.
X gonna give it to you.
X boys.
Honestly, I'm gonna call it Twitter forever. I live in Toronto, and we had what's called used to be the Sky Dome, and now it's called the Rogers Center. It's the Sky Dome, or the ACC where the Toronto Maple Leafs play. It's called the Scotiabank Center. No, it's called the ACC. Twitter, regardless of crazy spaceman says, it's Twitter. All right, it's not X. X sounds stupid. Xbox owns the darn branding. Like, this is the most hilarious cluster F I've ever seen.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Maybe aliens respond to X.
Maybe
So,
Elon Musk is an alien.
Maybe that's why he's obsessed with space. He's trying to go.
Can
He's
we
trying
get
to go
you
back.
a new background?
They don't have good ones.
Yeah, they got to. There's got to be something. There's got to be a website you can go to. Please.
I'll make one.
One of the, yeah,
Why?
please.
Why you don't like the little
No,
Wumbus?
I don't. It's
I
getting
do.
to the point I'm done with it. I need something new.
I'm gonna pick the most obnoxious one.
I don't care. I just want something new.
Gonna be a picture of Marshan's face.
Oh, dude, that would just be tears right now.
I think pretty much. So anyway, aliens. If they're, do you think they're real? Do you think we got them? Let us know in the comments below. Ooh. All right. Next, we want to talk about what our thumbnail is actually about, and that is the Bluey, the video game leaks online.
Yeah.
So as you know, we are all very big Bluey fans. At least Court and I are.
Yeah, huge. Actually, this works out that Pez isn't here. Honestly, let's be honest here. Pour one out for Pez. He's probably actually drinking right now somewhere on a beach.
Yeah. He's in Maine. So I came back, and then Maine stole him. I came back from Maine. Equivalent exchange.
Is that
They've
what
gotta have
everybody
one
in
of us.
Massachusetts does? They just go to Maine?
Well, it's the main place to be.
Ooh, wow, that is one heck of a dad joke.
It is called Vacation Land, but I mean, it's nice. I'm more of a flow rider. But Maine is nice, good to get away.
I like flow rider
see
as well.
deer. Get to see moose. I didn't see a moose. And there's lobster up there, which my wife loves. I don't eat lobster. She eats a lot of lobster. So it goes.
Waba, can you let everybody know? Like Waba's saying he doesn't eat lobster. Waba eats like 3 things.
Oh yeah.
Like
So
literally 3 things, and that's it. So him saying he doesn't eat lobster, that's a bit of a stretch. He doesn't eat a lot of things.
Yeah, not shocked. I actually the person I like my trainer basically said you need to eat something different because you've been eating the same thing over and over and your body gets used to it.
100%.
So,
and the fact that you eat something very healthy and it does nothing for you. So Waba eats chicken, broccoli, and rice. Nothing else.
sometimes peas. What I had yesterday was I took the chicken meat and I put it in
but can you not have
in
chicken?
between bread, and then I made a chicken burger with ketchup.
How about this? Can you
or maybe it's turkey. I don't know what it is.
try quinoa salad?
Quinoa. I do like quinoa.
Why don't you try quinoa salad and then maybe do turkey tacos? Turkey tacos would be good.
Oh, I would do that.
Yeah. I do it all the time. So you take the old El Pasos, the regular stuff, instead of doing the beef, because the beef makes you it makes you feel like you need a nap. So do the ground turkey in the frying pan, do the old El Paso, and then put that in the taco. And it feels lighter. You only have 2, it still feels good. It's better. I'm telling you right now, turkey tacos is where it's at.
So the tacos I make are tortilla, meat,
Tortilla, hold on, for future.
rice.
Tortilla is Spanish. It is not whatever the heck that was. I'm pretty sure you tried to do like a French accent there.
Yeah, it's Scottish.
Oh my god.
Then you put rice on it, and then you put some hot sauce, and that's it. I don't put anything else.
That's fine. It's just, I think your trainer is correct. You need to diversify. No more pop. If I see,
Oh,
listen.
while we're on weird tangent, I have you can see it here, a heavy bag now. Can you see that?
It doesn't matter. If you're not eating right, it doesn't make a difference.
No, I am. It means I'm gonna punch a hole in this guy.
Yeah, I
On the
You'll
millions.
probably break your hand before you punch a hole in something. But anyway,
my brother-in-law found out I got a heavy bag, and he's like, "You have to buy wraps now because you're gonna shatter your wrist because you're weak."
That's what I said.
And I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "No, you don't understand. This stuff is like, this is a new motion." So he made me buy wrist wraps. Now, however, I have not used it because I was also told by my trainer, my wife, and I think that my president, that if I try to hang that up by myself, I'm going to hurt myself. So I need to wait for basically an adult to hang the bag up.
Okay.
So if anyone can hang heavy bag in the Massachusetts area, let me know. But anyway, back to our favorite news. So Bluey, the video game, leaks online, and it
didn't leak online. What? So here's what happened.
Well, it was a listing from the Aussie
so it had to get
classification
its
board.
rating done. So it got a rating done in Australia. So that even confirmed what consoles it's coming to. We don't know much at all. All we know is that they have submitted it for rating. So we're getting a Bluey game,
which is exciting. But one thing I wonder though, does that happen in the US? Like, do people just hang out on like the US like ESRB like?
I'm sure they do, but like
list and just try to see what's there.
Usually Korea where it hits first, or Australia. Those are the 2 places where they got to get them rated first. I guess like maybe they're the hardest. I'm not too sure.
I think Australia is a hard I think Australia is like super strict.
It could be because it's Bluey, right? And that's why it's Australia. That's where the TV show is made. But I want to get into, regardless whether it's coming or not, I want to get into what is your Bluey game. Now, for me, if I don't get to use Muffin in some way, shape, or form as my favorite character on that TV show, I'm gonna lose it. Also, I just recently watched the onesie episode that destroyed me and brought me into tears. That episode crushed me. And also, this new season, the new episodes that just dropped, I guess it's still the same season, but we got new episodes just recently. Wow, they do such a magnificent job in touching some really serious conversations, but at the same time having it so my daughter can understand it and still hitting home. Like, well done.
Oh, I love it. It's the new episodes are good, and I feel like they feel different in a way. Like you said, not just subject matter, but like I feel like visual. Like there was the one with like the story, how basically what's her name, Coco wants to like give up because she's no good at making like a clay horse or whatever. And then like Winston is there and he's like, "Oh, make me like a superhero and muscly." And it's just like this weird like fever dream. They have the credits in the middle that everyone's used to, and he like kind of is playing with the letters. And then he's like crying rainbows, and it's weird because Bluey's very like grounded. I mean, for a show about dogs, like I'm just saying, like they deal with real topics, like parent topics,
Keep dogs.
and then to just have something like just totally weird and like stupid,
But they do
it's so much fun.
yeah, they did that. But they've done such a good job of breaking the wall. Like I meant with the onesie episode. So my wife and I, we had difficulty conceiving, and we had, like, we call my daughter a rainbow baby. And when they have that conversation, my daughter clued in. I clued in right away, but like they never really say it, but they didn't have to. My daughter,
Mhm.
who is turning 7, understood exactly what they were talking about when they never, because they never once say
Mhm.
anything. She just keeps alluding to something, and then we never have it because, why don't we see her aunt? And it was just so well done. It was almost it reminded me a lot of the episode in the previous year where they're babysitter put down,
Yep.
where you had the aunt and uncle that had never really met before, and then they ended up, becoming a couple, and they were talking about their feelings and such, and you're teaching um about dating, and it was very well done. The subtleties that I see in this show are, as I said it before, it is no question the best show on television.
They had an episode too where like Bluey and I think like Mackenzie were like hanging out with like their like big brother, big sister mentors at like their school, and like the two older kids like were trying to find some berries or like racing boats, and they just went off and just were like hanging out in the woods. And Blue and Mackenzie are like, "Oh, like they don't like us," and like Calypso's like, "Okay, well like think
What?
of like this as a like feelings as a dam," and then they like put their hands down in the water, like basically like showing like teenagers just got like mad feelings like, and they don't really know what to do with them, and that was like really a cool like metaphor way to do it. They're clever, man. I do, however, obviously like the yard sale one with Muffin. Oh,
Sorry, it's like someone's trying to like turn my TV on. I'm
it's
not
the
even kidding you.
alien. It's the aliens.
That is
They
so
heard you
weird.
talking about them.
It's
But
my wife, LG Web OST.
she's hacking the mainframe. Quick, throw up the firewalls.
Oh my god, my wife is driving me actually insane. I'm not even kidding you right now. I'm texting her.
Are you the grouchy granny?
No, what is going on?
Court right now is being accosted virtually through
My wife is
technology and
trying
fiber
to
optic tubes. And he is struggling with his electronic setup right now. He's being hacked into by the aliens.
No, my TV keeps turning on and I don't want it to.
Just keep it on, man. Let that electricity fly. We got technology for a reason.
No, that is not a thing.
But so anyway, Bluey, excited, very good. We don't know anything. This is just us being excited about, that news that came out. Hopefully we get to find more soon. Because if this is, I mean, we both love this show, and if there's more about it, I mean, I'll read any Bluey book, get any Bluey merch. My daughter's got a whole bunch of Bluey stuff, and if there's a game, you know what? That's my game. I'll be the first platinum in the world if I can get it. So next out,
I
let's.
can't believe what's driving me insane right now. I don't think you understand. It's just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. What did you do?
Hey. So next, let's talk about something that it had come up, and I know you guys wanted to talk about it last week. Weren't able to because again, just weren't able to record different things coming
It's
up.
okay. I had to go to the hospital,
Oh,
so we didn't get to do a show because I have a kidney stone. So we could even talk about that. So I realized I had excruciating pain that I could not move, stand. I couldn't do anything. My wife had to call an ambulance. I was taken in an ambo for the first time in my life. I was
how
taken to
fast did they go?
not really fast at all. They didn't even turn
Mm.
the sirens on. But like I
Oh,
got, I
come
got there.
on,
I was in so
dude.
much pain. I had no clue what was going on. They gave me Tylenol threes, and that did absolutely nothing. My pain was so bad they prescribed me morphine. So I have kidney stones, and they are extremely, extremely painful. I still have them. It is any day now. I am going through more excruciating pain, and I'm going to pass these things. So I have to drink tons and tons and tons of water. Is what is happening,
And
and it's just pain. All I can say is to everybody out there, just drink water, people. That's all I can say.
I was thinking about this. I'm like, I can't tell him, and then I did. I said, the legend of the sword and the stone. This is the legend of the court and the stone.
Yeah, I guess.
Get it? Get it? Because it's a different kind of stone, though. Also a different kind of court. But so when hopefully it doesn't happen on a Wednesday, because you're either going to be not attending or you're going to be just on one about the experience. I don't know which one I think would be better, the story or the or what, but yeah, hopefully
Sorry.
is the TV still?
Yeah, it's still doing it. It's driving me nuts. I don't think my wife does. She's pressed a button and I can't turn off my TV.
Unplug it.
Oh my God.
Unplug it. So that's why they didn't record last week. I mean, that's if there's any reason, that's it. Not
Yeah, no, it's definitely
I was away on
now,
vacation.
Right now, what is driving me insane is my TV keeps turning on because somebody has pressed buttons they shouldn't have on another TV, and this keeps turning on.
How it goes. Way the road. So one of the topics that they wanted to talk about last week, and again weren't able to, but now I get to rant about it today, is the Xbox Game Pass announced that they're altering the deal, and as Darth Vader would say, pray they don't alter it further. So in the past, they have.
Darth Vader said that.
He did.
I'm going to let everybody know. Waba's going to go on a rant that I don't think is that big of a deal.
It is a big deal, and I'm going to tell you why. So they are basically fundamentally changing the value that Xbox Games Pass gives you. So they've had to set up a whole great service, and now all of a sudden, with their acquisition of Blizzard timing, they're basically saying we're going to give players more choice, introducing Xbox Game Pass Core launching on September 14th. It's an evolution of Xbox Live Gold. Game Pass, so they're splitting it up into different tiers now, much like PlayStation. Are we happy with the PlayStation tiers?
They're getting better?
No, I'm just saying in general. I feel like when a system switches to tiers, I feel like it's tough to find that sweet spot.
I just think on this one, like both of them, even the PlayStation one, the money difference is just so minimal. It's just like whatever.
But so what is the price now for a year of Game Pass? What do they say? Like $60 per year? No, it was $60 a year for Core. What is it today in today's world for what you get?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this. You were prepared for your rant, so you're gonna have to
let's say it's $100. So now they say you can choose the plan that's right for you. Thanks. Core is $9.99 per month. So you get it. You have to use it now to play multiplayer, which is again, Sony's been doing that. They got a lot of criticism for it. If I buy a console, I should be able to play, online. But now you have to have Game Pass in order to actually play online. That's the first thing I noticed. You get 25 games. What games are those? Among Us, Descenders, Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable, Eternity, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo War 2, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, love it. Human Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of Wisp, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay, and Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited. I would say, at this point in time, and they said new titles will be added 2 to 3 times a year. I would say that's weak. And you might say like, oh, well, some of those games are good. Yeah, they are. I love me some Fallout 4. I recognize that Gears 5 is good. I love Hellblade. They're not new. I feel like the Sony offering right off the bat was like really strong, but also too, I can see that they're offering a lot of first-party games. I mean, Among Us, like whatever. But I don't love the initial games that you get right away, and then you get deals and discounts. Cool. If you want the console one only, so now they're splitting console and PC, which I think is fair. But if you get the console for $1 more, so my question is, why even whatever? Why even bother splitting it up? Like the core, if you're gonna just charge $1 more for console, but basically you get hundreds of high quality games, new games on day one.
So pretty much what they're doing is they're having the extra PS Plus is core. That's all they're doing. They're
Well, I
charging
just
you more because they're about to add a whole catalog of games. Like I get your rant, but at the same time, the price it is for it is still better than buying 3 games.
it is, and then so I mean
Okay, as
now
long
if
as you
you
just
if well
agreed,
if
so
you
your rant
well
just doesn't
let me see. So if you play both now, you have to get the $16.99, and you know that comes with the EA Play. So now EA Play
just
is
wish the only thing I
walled
wish is,
against.
well, no, the EA Play comes on the Ultimate, but I wish you just had one. Like I don't play on PC. I couldn't care less. I wish there was a console version, a PC version, or the PC console version, so that I would just pay a little bit less.
I wonder though too. I mean, they haven't talked about it much more than that, but basically, like the new games on day one is very, to me, very vague. Does that mean you get like, are you getting Starfield with $10.99
Yes.
a month, or do you have to do the Ultimate?
Oh, yeah, I have no clue.
So that was the big thing that struck out to me because they don't say like, it's vague, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's vague. Like at 10.99, I figured this is probably why I'm probably more angry than you are. My assumption is that there are going to be certain games that are only accessible on day one under Ultimate, because those are going to sell, $60.99 per month. If someone wants to play Starfield and you hide it behind the Ultimate, there you go. Or if I don't even know what a game would come out, like a first party, maybe like an Xbox, or Xbox, one of like the Xbox like indie games, ID, I think that's it. Maybe that would be on console, or the PC one, whichever one. I just feel like the more you add, the more confusing it gets, and I found that with PlayStation, where they're like, okay, well you get this basic one, or you get the one with like the better games, and then you get the one with the old games that everybody wants.
I almost
obviously.
think they like make it confusing purposely.
They might. And now here they're like, okay, you get core, or you can get console, or you can get PC, or you can get Ultimate, like if you want both. Which I think that, if you have console and PC, I think the value is good, but I still don't understand why core exists when you can get $1 more.
Well, you
is that just to be like, oh, for a buck more?
Netflix added an ad thing. It actually ended up making them $6 million in revenue. People will subscribe to this. Wow, there's a lot of people that are just gonna be like, as long as they can get their Call of Duty and it comes in core, they won't care.
But maybe they won't. I mean, might have to get the console one. Or maybe they put Call of Duty behind Ultimate. Again, we don't know yet. But I just think it's such a weird thing here. I think the core offering, I think the core offering is weak. I don't see anything there that I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to like play that. Whereas like, I think Sony right away, they're like, oh, you get all these, excellent ones right away. The console one, again, we know we get hundreds of high quality games. Is that going to be the same list? Is it going to be a different list? And the Ultimate has cloud, which I think that's interesting. I understand why they're doing it, probably because it takes a lot more resources. So they're charging a little bit more. And then it says also you get perks. Like, what is perks?
I have no clue.
I know, and I'm not expecting you to know. It's just I hate when companies basically are like, hey, we're gonna be doing a big change. It's gonna be happening like in a few months. It's gonna affect you, but we're not gonna tell you about it enough. We're just gonna, you can figure it out. I felt like a lot of like trailers recently did that. Like specifically when I was like livid about the PlayStation, and I feel like this is now doing that. I felt like Sony did that when they split up their 3, because everyone was debating, ooh, do I get the the first one, the lowest level stinks? Do I get the middle one, or do I get the highest value one? Nobody knew. Even when it came out, I feel like nobody knew.
According to the stats, everybody takes the highest value. Majority of people go for the highest value.
Bigger numbers, better person.
No, I have no clue, but the
mentality.
Stats tell you that the majority of the people go for the bigger number.
And that sounds pretty weird.
Off the Wi-Fi, so now the TV. No one can attack this TV right now.
But I don't know. I feel like it's a perceived choice, because like you said, like if you want to get, maybe Ultimate is like, if you want Starfield, you have to play Ultimate. Then why are you even giving me a choice? you're taking the best value and basically making it behind a bigger paywall. The one that obviously people want, you're making the other ones like you're giving people an option for something that's just not good. And that's just how I feel about it. I don't like it. I don't see the need for it. I wish they'd explain a little more, and I think the initial offering is poor. I think core is something that one shouldn't even consider. I think for an extra $1 per month, it makes sense, and maybe that's to be like you know, like you can get a medium popcorn at the movies, and they say for $1 more you can get a large. I just don't understand why we're doing that with video games. Just offer
I think we're
the good thing
talking
from the
way too
beginning.
much about. I swear, you like I love you, buddy, but this is a rant over like $1.50.
No, it's
really
more
like
the
I don't even know what
principle.
your rant is. Like I really want to go here with you because I was listening to a lot of people on this rant, and like the math is like it's like an extra $8.
To me, it's not necessarily about it's about
Yeah, oh, it's
the
definitely about the
message.
money to you.
No, I can. Your boy just sold
The
20. You
message
know,
is the
your boy
message is
just
they
sold a
know
bunch
it's
of stuff
working.
this week.
The
I'm good.
message is they're about to load a whole boatload of things on there, and they were like, "How can we make more money?" And this is a way to make more money because then people were like, "Should I? Oh, do I have to upgrade?" Because what they're going to do is they are going to have the basic package, which is going to be like what we had before with play when you bought the PlayStation. You get PlayStation Plus, and you get nothing else. And you get a bunch of different games. So they're going to have that because there's a lot of people that don't care. Like they don't need to play all these other games, so they'll at least get the cheap package when they buy their Xbox or their TV. Because remember, Xbox Game Pass is now working on TV or PC. It's
Can you do
just
that
about
though?
the
Does that
subscribers.
count as cloud?
They
Is
just
TV
want the
cloud?
subscribers, dude. They just you can download on your PC.
No, but is the TV cloud?
I don't
Like, does
know.
that
It'd
qualify as
have to be.
cloud?
It would have to be.
Then that's
I'm just
so now
telling
you're
you,
forcing
it's
people to.
about gaining more subscribers.
Of course.
If the barrier to entry is too much on $15 a month, well, is the barrier to entry fine at $10 a month? It's like when we see a game on Apple iTunes and we're like, "Oh, I'm not spending 4.99, but you'll spend 99 cents on it over and over again." You see what I mean?
I will say also too. They said like, hey, like we're gonna discontinue games with gold. It's gonna end. I don't even know what that is.
Oh no, it's garbage. It doesn't even matter. But I
That was the third bullet point in a
I
five bullet
think for
point
these
thing.
subscription services to survive, they need to charge more. And this is just a way for them to charge more. And then you get to choose which one you want. You can't complain. You're like, "Oh, if you want the cheap one, you want the cheap one, but you won't get everything." I don't think with the lowest tier are you gonna get Starfield, but I don't know.
I'm thinking that Ultimate is gonna have certain games and that console isn't. And I still think, do I still think the value's there? Yes, I thought the value, maybe it's because, again, I'm new to Xbox, and I thought the value was so good the way that it is now. And then when I see something like this, I think it's going to what, like, PlayStation is. And I don't love the way PlayStation's set up. They start being like, oh, we put Twisted Metal on the most expensive, you know, tier. And I'm like, nobody wants to play that as is. We want to remaster, if anything. I don't know.
I would have rather talked more about the aliens than this Xbox Game Pass thing.
No, this is just not. I don't know.
This
Whenever
is
I see stuff like
so
this,
you are Frank
I don't like
Grimes
it.
right now from The Simpsons, and it's grinding your gears.
That is true.
100%.
It's getting under my skin.
Do you pay for Game Pass?
Allegedly,
Well, it's not
I will.
allegedly.
So here's the thing. I'm ready to, but now they throw this in there. Now I have to actually make a decision. I liked it when I could just roll it over.
You're gonna just take whatever tier has Starfield in it.
I'm probably gonna complain about Starfield too.
Like
Okay.
like for me, I looked at it. I was like, okay, I don't though. My only stickler about this, and PlayStation does this too, is blocking playing multiplayer behind a paywall. I think that's garbage.
Yeah, and especially now that they've Call of Duty, I think a lot of people are gonna be a little bent. But
No, they're
get
just
over
gonna
it.
buy it.
I'll
Their
get over
game,
it.
the game sale, console sales went up 30 something percent in a matter of a week when everything finally got put through.
Do you think they basically did this, basically saying once we get Call of Duty, we're gonna start charging people to play it because they're gonna have to?
Yes,
Doesn't that sound like the opposite of what they say? Like they're all about.
but we learn from the court cases. I'll say this: they like making money. I don't know why people and everybody keeps thinking they should be getting things for free. You know what? You got to pay for it. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. Like they got to make money. That's what their job is. That's what everybody's job is. So they're going to charge you for it. And if they know you can and you will pay for it, they're going to charge you for it. It's just like with everything in video games. It's all going to go up in price. It's just up to you whether you want to buy it or not. And don't say they're making me do. They're not making you do anything. You choose whether you spend the money or not. It's really that simple. If you think it's too much money, don't spend the money. You are a huge fan of a game that is literally a slot machine. So please don't go into anything. That's all that thing is. It's a giant slot machine with guys moving on a screen. That's what that game is.
I don't
So
know which game you're talking
your
about.
high
It could be
hill
any
right
game.
now that you're doing about Xbox Game Pass costing $8 more for the year. eh, they made it so it's confusing. So you're either going to take the lowest tier or you're going to take the highest tier. They know no one takes the middle tiers. That's the
I'm
whole
just gonna.
point. The tier system works. PlayStation, look at the new subscribers they got. When they changed the tier system, they boosted their subscriber base overnight. Like I said, Netflix put an ad tier in. Boom. All the streaming services now putting an ad tier because it makes money.
I'm just gonna buy the PC one.
People,
And just
and
be
I'll never
miserable.
understand this. People will see $6.99 for something, but the full version is $10.99. They're like, "Well, I can't. I'm not spending $10.99 a month, but I'll spend the $6.99 a month." That's where they get you. They know you'll spend
Hmm,
that.
interesting.
It's
So
perception.
I'm interested to see what, again, the differences. I feel like the PlayStation, we only knew about it once it started coming out, and I was watching people literally go through the screens and be like, "This is what you get. This is what you get," because Sony didn't tell me how to find out about it online. So,
Xbox did a whole video about this.
but the new games on day one is the biggest point, and I'm very
But,
interested to
but,
see
but once
which
again,
ones.
you're a PlayStation player and you have PlayStation Plus, correct?
Yes,
You don't get new games on day one, so who cares?
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you
like
talking about? I
every
got one
time
on day.
you're
I
like
got
going around in
Stray.
circles on this so much, and I'm just like, PlayStation doesn't even give you day and date.
I got Stray. That was a
No,
fun
they'll
12
give you
minute. That was a
indies
fun
day and date, but they're not giving you first party day and date.
dude. That was the
And you know
best
what?
10 minutes I
I
ever
bet
spent.
you Xbox somehow will figure out not to give Xbox people day and date. When they're big enough, they won't do it anymore either.
That's a hot take. Pick it and stick it.
It makes sense. They want more money. Right now, they've said this over and over again. They have lost the console war. Phil Spencer said in an interview, he got trounced in the Xbox One generation. Trounced. So they're out. So they can't compete. The only reason they give out day and dates of their first parties is so they can compete. Now they have good first parties. So then they can be like, all right, well, you can to get the day and date Xbox Game Pass, it's gonna be this much a month. Otherwise, this is what you're paying. So it's up to you. Do you want to spend the extra to get the day and date, or you can get the regular tier and still be able to play your Fortnites and all your online games, and that's fine. But if you want the day and date game, they're gonna make you pay for it. And PlayStation will probably one day be like, "All right, you want Ghost of Tsushima day and date? Well, guess what? It's $30 a month."
Yeah. They're gonna say it's $60 a month.
No, they'll
They're like,
$30 a
instead of
month.
buying the game outright, or no, 70. Instead of buying the game outright, you
You
can
look
pay
at
that for
something. A perfect
subscribers.
example is we know that Final Fantasy 16 has sold $3 million, 3 million copies so far. All right, so then we know we can do the math. So you just have to know what the price is. And Xbox people complaining about the cost when you're getting day and date. Not so many good games yet, but they will be great games. Starfield looks great. So when? Like just pay it or don't pay it. Like who cares?
How about I tell you? No, it's not a fun fact. I'm not super stoked about Starfield.
I am. I like space though.
I like aliens, but
I think it looks really cool. And I like how
and
you can go from third person or first person. You can choose.
that's very like Fallout. I will say, like, I don't. I'm not excited because I think it's going to be a bad game. I think it's going to be very good. I just already, from what I've seen and heard, I don't think it's going to be the type of game that I'm willing to put the time into.
I
And
think
I
my
love
time is
Fallout.
gonna be that and Spider-Man 2. Like what we got to see at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend of all the new stuff on Venom,
Mm,
my hype level went through the roof after watching that trailer. It was just like I was hyped. And then I was like, wow, I didn't think watching this many trailers of something gets you more hype, but as you saw more of Venom and then like um It's just wow, and then Todd McFarlane did an interview and, like, kinda said that he played
Yep.
as Venom. I still don't think that's what he meant. I think he was confused. We'll see if we get to play as Venom. We'll see.
I
I'm hoping a lot from Spider-Man 2. I know it's just gonna be a lot of the same, but at the
yeah.
same time, it's gonna be very fun. I know the story. They've done a very good job over Insomniac, and that's the thing I'll say about Starfield. We know Bethesda does a good story, and to me, I'm a
Story, yes.
story-driven player, so I'm just like, "Alright, we'll see what happens." If it is Bethesda jank, I'm gonna have an issue with it because Redfall was garbage.
Mm,
We all know it. It wasn't good. I did like Minecraft Dungeons, but not many people else did. But that's if you don't like that play style of a game, then you're not gonna like that game. Um, Xbox needs a home run. They do have Forza Motorsports coming out that looks great. I just ended up playing the last couple days. I've been playing the Crew Motorfest, the beta. I really like that game. I was actually shocked. I wasn't into racing games for a while. Well, I shouldn't say wasn't into. I just hadn't been playing them. And then Forza Horizon, I played on Game Pass.
mm.
Wouldn't have played it any other way. It's on Game Pass. I love that game. I finished that game. That was the first game I played in a while. This plays a lot like Forza, but at the same time, you get planes, you get motorbikes. From what I understand, is if you've played the first two, your cars that you purchased in the first two carry over to this one, so you get to
That's
use them
awesome.
again. Um, the handling is real good. I was having a lot of fun playing it, and you know me, when I have fun playing a game, like I'm in.
Yeah.
So, and thank you to Ubisoft for providing me a code for the beta. I truly appreciate it. I'm part of the Ubisoft Creators Program. I really like the game. And it's very rare. I haven't there's been games that comes out from Ubisoft that I don't like. This I like. Like, this game's fun, but I would say if you have an Xbox, go try Forza Horizon. If you like that, you're gonna like The Crew Motorfest. Like, it's fun. It looks beautiful, there's a lot of cool cars in it. There's a lot to do, and the map is huge. You're on Hawaii, it's a huge map. It's a lot of fun.
I wonder, like, games like that, like, how long does it take to drive from like one end of the map to the other? Because I remember people would do that in like GTA, and I feel like this is the same scope except you're just in the car the whole time.
Yeah, but you don't a lot of these games, what they do is so they do, like, festivals, right? So, like, you start at one point, and it just keeps bringing you to other points to do the whole map, so you don't feel like it. Like, I
Hmm.
wouldn't wanna just drive from there to there because then you're missing all the races and all the little things that you gotta do. It is a Ubisoft game, so it's still a map where you gotta literally check marks. So I I would suggest, this beta just ended this weekend. I would think that they're possibly gonna do another beta. I would suggest everybody go out and try it again. I really enjoyed it. It's a great game.
When does it come out? Do you remember?
I'll have to double check.
Because I think when it comes
I think
out,
it's
we
October.
October. Oh, every game is coming out in October.
I know.
Because we know somebody who's a big racing fan who might be able to speak on it.
September 11th. Okay, so I got a whole month. Because for me, I look at it. Oh no, that's what that a week before. Oh Jesus, it's right before Starfield. I'm gonna
Well,
play it though. I'm gonna play it. Like, I'm definitely gonna be playing this game.
it's surprising too. Like that's another like genre I wouldn't. I mean, I know you like racing games, but like I feel like I'm. There's been a lot of new game types genres that I feel like you've gotten into this year. Between like enjoying Final Fantasy for that bit, racing games. You're trying a lot. I like it. I'm proud of
I
you.
I dude, such a good game.
I only like for racing. I'm typically like a kart racer, if at all. Which, God, what was like the last racing game I played? I played the Hot Wheels one like with my daughter, but like I don't like, get like super into it. I mean, I like the outright kart racers. That's like, I yeah, more of an arcadey racer person for me. What about that Gran Turismo 5? God, man, I can't wait for that movie.
No, no, I can. I'm good.
But any other games, things you're looking forward to?
I'm gonna be playing Ratchet and Clank on PC.
Woo.
So I'm gonna be testing that out. Thanks to PlayStation Canada for providing me a code. So I'm gonna be definitely trying that out. Um, that's about it for me. Like I haven't been playing a lot of games lately, at all, which is kind of weird for me, to be totally honest.
I haven't either, actually. And not just because I went away. I feel like Not that there's a plenty to play, but I feel like in the summer, because again with NHL I usually go hard in the paint in like the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting into like a bunch of like smaller experiences, if at all.
Okay.
Like earlier, like I played a Space for the Unbound, which again, like that was like 12 hours total, which I'm like blown away by. I'll play some Hearthstone here and there, Battlegrounds. But like I'm not really playing a lot of games. I'm watching a lot of like shows. None that you would ever watch because they're all in Japanese. But like I feel like that's what I've been getting into because there's not like that big title. And a lot of the games I used to play a lot, like I would play a lot of Overwatch. I'm just done with it. Like I'm not gonna let like a game do that to me. Well, I say that as I play, whatever. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, I just in my head realized that I was saying something that is contrary to another thing that do.
What do you mean?
That's called self-actualization.
Well,
You
there
said
you
how
go.
there's a we all grew, we're all growing today, emotionally.
Yeah, I weirdly have not been playing games lately, and I don't know why.
I am
Like,
looking forward to I'm
and
gonna
it's
be
not a bad
playing.
thing. I think I just
Yeah.
needed a break.
Well, because you play so much, like people play so much, especially like we like doing reviews and stuff like that. So unless something like really resonates, it's like maybe I'll pass or maybe I'll revisit it later.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, I'm just like I'm like, okay, do I just maybe I just need a break from
Hmm.
playing a lot of games. There's a lot of games to get into sooner rather than later. So it's like, huh, you know what? I need to chill.
I just got one. I'm gonna be reviewing it for us. It's called Brew Pub Simulator, and you basically go. So there's a game on like Game Pass where like you run a laundromat, and in the back there's an arcade, and you have to. That's a little too menial for me, and like the payoff wasn't good. But this one looks cool. It's like you create your own bar and your own theme and stuff like that. And Pez played a game during his Quest to Defy Cancer. It was like gas station simulator or whatever. Like he basically created his own gas station. It was basically like just him hanging out, taking customers, whatever, and it was like kind of like oddly relaxing. And I was like, at first, I'm like, man, this is kind of a weird title. I'm like, by like an hour in, I'm like, I'm kind of about watching him like do this. I feel like that game's gonna be kind of cozy, relaxing, just something you can hop in. And also beer. Can't deny that, but
Who doesn't like beer?
as
I don't like beer actually. I don't like alcohol. Period.
I don't, I drank for the first time a few weeks ago. I had two.
Oh wow, you must have been
Mm.
wasted.
Over the course of 3 hours.
Oh dude, that
Um,
was nothing. Like I haven't even played the Division. I'm like thinking about it. I started playing Psychonauts 2, and that was like a week ago. But then I went to the hospital, and then I was just like, oh man, like I don't have the urge to play anything.
mm,
Mind you, Spider-Man, there's some big games coming out. I think maybe it's fatigue because we review a lot of games. And I think
yeah.
it's just eventually I'm just like, I'm done. I've been watching a lot of TV, to be totally honest. I've been watching The Bear. Oh, I'm
Oh,
on
I heard that
season
was really good.
phenomenal. I finished season 1 before. I'm just doing season 2 now. I've been watching Crowded House or Crowded Room on Apple. And then my wife and we finished Jack Ryan. Like I've been watching a lot of TV lately and
Good.
movies. My wife, we're gonna watch. She hasn't seen the Batman, so we're gonna watch that this weekend. And I'm
You're
going to
gonna,
see
yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the premiere in Toronto on Saturday. I'm a little bit excited about that.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
gonna be sick. I can't wait for that. I'm actually gonna bring my daughter. That's gonna be her second movie.
and it's only rated G. Like I was laughing
Wait,
more.
it's rated G?
Rated G, man. G,
I thought at least like PG.
G, G.
Man, they can't even they can't even say poop in that movie. At rated G.
G. G
Good.
unit.
No, I was gonna say 50 Cent's touring again. I want to go. I've been watching. So like I said, I've been watching anime, and I know these words don't mean anything to you. They might reach someone. I watched. I was introduced in Maine to a soccer anime by my brother-in-law called Aoashi, and again, I know that means nothing to you. It's about soccer, and this kid's
Okay.
like a ball hog basically, and he gets like scouted to be in like the Japanese like junior leagues, and realize like he's not that good. And it's like 24 episodes, and I watched it in like the course of like 3 days, not straight, but like You know, they're 20-minute episodes, like whatever. It's amazing, and I love it, and I'm trying to convince my wife to watch it so I can watch it again. It's like Haiku, which is my favorite anime. It's a sports one, so that was sick. I watched some Berserk, which is, again, a very highly regarded anime. It's a very old style. It's not really I'm not really enjoying it. I think it's cool, but I know a lot of people, if you're a weeb, you'd probably be triggered by that. I'm going to see it all the way through because I know it's very influential. And then in Maine, we watched a few weird things. I want to watch Double Dare. Remember that show on Nickelodeon?
Oh my god.
They have it on Paramount Plus, so we watched the first 2 episodes. The first episode is all trivia because no one did any physical challenges because one team was just smart. So it's literally just Mark Summers is asking questions. It was like, I can't believe the first episode went that poorly. And then the obstacle course they do at the end, it's so much smaller than I thought. Like, you know, you think like, oh man, like look how big these slides are and stuff. It's literally like the size of my basement. It's just all like intertwined. And the kids don't know to like take the flag and like put it in their shirt before they run. The prizes are so crazy too. It's like you get a VCR and an Atari. Like, it's so weird. I had them watch an episode of Nick Arcade, which, did you ever watch that show?
No.
So it's a game show, and then sometimes you like land on a space and you have to actually play a video game in an arcade and you have to do a certain action. And if you do, your teammate wagers. So like it could be like Battletoads, get a certain amount of points. These old like SNES games. And then the winning team goes into the game, dude. So I know they actually don't. Spoilers. But what happens is they go to a different room. They're in front of a giant green screen, and they have to like jump and like avoid enemies or whatever. But they're looking at themselves on a TV. And then at the end, they have to fight the boss by like looking at the TV so they can see where they are in relation to everything. I thought when I was a kid that it was real. And that they were actually going to the video game, and it blew my mind. Looking back on it, I recognize I was wrong. But that was an insane moment of my childhood when I'd be homesick or whatever. I'd be watching these kids go into a video game. Unreal.
Right.
And then my sister-in-law loves like these weird reality TV shows. She found one called Stars on Mars,
Jesus.
where they basically play pretend that they're all on Mars and they have to do like challenges, and like Lance Armstrong is there. He's like the villain or whatever. And then like
What is this on?
what's Conan O'Brien's friend? Like is it Andy Richter?
Yeah.
He showed up. He was new, and the reason Marshawn Lynch was already up there, and he like you have teammates and you have to like vote one off the end. But the reason I got so invested in this episode, the truth was a new contestant.
Who's the truth?
Paul Pierce
Oh.
shows up on this fake Mars thing.
I was like, who's the truth?
Then Paul Pierce walks in, he always gets eliminated. Here's this stupid show I don't care about called Stars on Mars, and how, like, you know, 40 minutes later, I'm like, yo, if this jerk votes off Paul Pierce, I'm like, I'm actually mad. He made it. But it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Challenge.
I'm as a non Celtics person, it's like whatever.
Oh, I mean, Paul Pierce is the dude. But the challenge was a meteor shower hit your thing. You have to plug the holes, and you have to wait an hour until someone can come plug them. But you can only do 4 holes at a time, so some people are left there for like 2 hours with their stupid finger in the holes in this fake Mars setting. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But as soon as Paul Pierce showed up, I was in. So I don't know what that says about the show. I don't know what that says about me.
It says a lot about you, dude.
I don't know, man. All right, it's the summer for TV. But any other final thoughts for the folks?
Well, I'll be talking about the PC version of Ratchet and Clank next week. But then, to be totally honest, my whole week has been just talking about that thing that we're not talking about right now. That's all I've been thinking about, and I know you're the same. I
hear that.
It's been a downer week. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, you are.
But I'm gonna be excited about going to the movies with my daughter. Like, I'm really excited about going to Ninja Turtles this weekend.
Yeah, we'll have to do an episode on. I don't know when I'm going to be able to go. I'm hoping within
You know
a week
what?
of
We're
release.
not doing that anymore because we never got to do Mario. We never got to do any movie, Bob, because you never go see them.
I don't go in theaters anymore.
That's not my fault.
I told you, I'll unplug my earphones. You guys can talk about it. I don't mind. I'll just be like this, and I won't hear it. It'll be all good. But yeah, so I have no final thoughts. I told you about Stars on Mars. Look up that episode if you want, or don't. I'm not your dad.
All
But
right.
we are the three dads in a console, and we're happy that you're here.
Yes,
And
we
we're happy
are.
that you joined us. And also, too, so Pez isn't here. He set us up with this overlay. He sent us the thumbnail. He made sure we were all set
Pez
for
is
when
the
he was
best.
gone. And this is, if you notice the beginning, not on audio, but on video on youtube.com.
He wasn't even in the
console.
YouTube chat. He said he was going to be, and I'm actually happy he wasn't. Even though when I was off, I was in the YouTube chat, but still, whatever, Pez.
I do not want him to have seen the beginning of us just staring at the screen in silence,
waiting
to confirm.
He's okay. You
But
kept
the fact
asking
that
the
we
same
actually
question over and over again. It was a little bit annoying.
Well, the fact that we got this up and running on YouTube is, I would say it's very impressive for us. We did
I'm
it.
impressed.
We done it.
We've never done it before.
Nope, never gonna do it again. So if you had fun, please make sure to subscribe to Three Dads and a Console. Make sure to rate us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. And go look up at the sky and see if you can find any more aliens. And if you do, please tag us on
Superman.
Twitter. If you do find Superman, let him know that I need his help to hang a heavy bag, because
Oh my God, you can't even get it put up?
emotionally or physically strong enough, according to every person in my life.
Can't lift that thing?
I can lift
heavy
it.
is it?
80 pounds of
Dude.
steel.
You could do that with one hand and still hang it.
No, it's not just lifting the bag. It's I have to screw something in.
Okay,
My
screw the
ceiling?
bracket in first and then do it. But you also need to make sure it's on a bar. You don't want to just.
Now you understand where the issue is.
Why'd you get the thing? Did you buy it?
No, I got it. Okay, so sorry, I got gloves at a yard sale. They were $5 because I thought they were cool, and I was like, oh, I can sell these. And then I found someone. I'm like, oh, well, maybe if I get a heavy bag, I'll incorporate it in cardio because I hate running. I think it's boring, but this I think would be fun, and it would make me look jacked like Adonis Creed in Creed 3, or maybe Creed 2. And then someone was giving away a heavy bag in my neighborhood, so I went and picked it up. So in one weekend, I went from having nothing to having gloves and a bag, and I bought a bracket on Prime Day. It's just weird how these things work. And then I sold something that I bought with the gloves, so the gloves are free. How you do it? Commerce! All right, folks, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hi, Pez, and we'll see you next time.
Don't say
I
hi
have
to
to turn
Pez. He wasn't even in the chat.
I just realized I have to turn it off myself. Normally, I can just like wave and then we're done. But I actually bye. Stop.